All right, welcome back. This is day 4. So we'll be continuing on this engine, removing things. We're going to go ahead and probably, since this pump is bad, take the pump off, take a look at it, get some parts ordered. Going to continue on the valve cover on the other side, and then see what else is going on at that point. So Mark here is removing the plug wires. I know the other side I called coils. I've been working on too many new cars. So the plug wires are being removed right now on the other side. So it doesn't look like we have any oil on this side. So
not yet.
Not yet. So we're taking this cam sensor off back here. We just pulled the connector off. And we noticed that the sensors broke off inside there. So to repair this, you just have to replace this whole sensor. So we'll have to order that. You'll have to remove this bracket here also, and the 3 bolts that hold that on there. And that has to be removed. And then once that's off there, we can take the valve cover off. All right, like I said, the sensors on the back of the cam here broke, both of them. We're going to have to change both of them out. This other one goes from here all the way down right below your bracketry for your throttle. I don't know if you can see it here. So that sensor is down in there, right where my finger is.
Yeah.
So that's got to come out. Hopefully we can get that out fairly easy without disassembling anything else. But we'll have to order that sensor also. Those get very brittle. We'll have to, looks like the other ends are in decent shape. We may have to pick those out of there without breaking those. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and try to take that out. We've removed that sensor on the top of the block there. You can see it's all busted up. It definitely needed to be changed. Was not that difficult to get out. I mean, bolt was kind of tight, but we've got both these sensors out. This is a cam position sensor. We think this might be a knock sensor, if we're guessing. We'll have to look at the manual up to see what they're actually calling that. So we'll have to order those. And we're going to go ahead and at this time proceed on taking this valve cover off. So, and then we'll have to clean these plugs up here. We'll have to take a pick or something and try not to break the other ends. Mark's removed all the bolts around the perimeter of the valve cover. Like I said, the back were removed. You saw that. Mark's got to take these hoses off yet. These little hoses that go to the bottom of the plenum there. All 4 of those need to come off right now. They just slide off.
They're pretty easy.
And check them for cracks or holes, because if they have any, you got a leak. So replace them. So we're going to pull those off, and then the valve cover should come off. All right, so we've got this other valve cover off. Mark is taking the plugs out now. The other side needs to come out also. And like I said before, once he pulls those out, we're going to probably shove some rags in them just to keep.
Stickers thing.
No, I don't. I'm sorry. So we're going to go ahead and pull these out on both sides. And like I said, put some rags in the holes to make sure we don't get any debris down in them.
Looks good there. Not bad.
Yeah, plug looks all right there. We'll pull them out and look at them. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and proceed on and pull those out. So we've got the valve cover off, the plugs out of this side, got my little rags in the holes to keep debris out. Like I said, Mark's working on the other side right now, taking the plugs out. So, all right, we've got the plugs out. They all look fairly good. So we're going to go ahead and take the pump off now. Looks like there's number 10s. We'll see what that looks like once he gets that off. All right, so we've, like I said, these plugs out. There was oil in some of the cylinders where the valve cover was leaking. But all the plugs look pretty good. They're all the same. No discoloration compared to the other. So they're all the same. Like there was nothing that was oily or looked like it had been fouling out. So we're going to go ahead and replace these anyway. We've got new ones. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you. Like I said, he's taking that water pump off, and then we're going to go ahead and next. Actually, we're going to try to take these headers off and take a look at those, make sure we don't have any issues there. And then we're going to eventually do a pressure check of the cylinders, but I'll have to get the tooling for that. So we're going to wait on pulling the belts. Might check timing first though, run it through, make sure everything's timed properly first before we start tearing into it, so we know what everything looks like when we begin. Got the water pump removed now. It was kind of a pain. Didn't really want to come off there, but
it's the O-ring.
Here it is right here. The O-ring I think was holding this up here. So we're going to go ahead and see about ordering a new pump or parts. See if there's parts available to rebuild this first. If not, I guess we'll have to order a whole new pump. But you should be able to order just the front half. The back half, there's not a problem with. So I'll be contacting, I guess, for parts for those parts. And go from there. Like I said, we've got these sensors we've probably got to order too. But we're going to go ahead now. And like I said, we're waiting for the tool to do our leak down. We're going to go ahead and pull the headers now, I believe. And then see how that goes. And do maybe a leak check on those. So it'll have to be take it loose from here. And then in the back here, the cat's still hooked up to it. So we may have to disconnect it here also. So we've got the header off here. This is the one side. We've got all our hardware here. I don't want to see that. You can see here, we're going to pressure check this here in a little bit. We've got it off. Trying to see if there's anything I could see obviously with that. Without really pressure checking it. But we're going to go ahead and continue on and then get the other side off, and then we'll pressure check both of them. The only question here is, let me get a light.
What's that?
Let me get us a light here, if I can find it in this big old mess. So they all look similar, except for this one here. It's got a little bit of a white area, so I don't know if that's anything lean, maybe, possibly. But we'll find out when we do our pressure check of the cylinders, see what's going on with the valves and stuff. But we're going to go ahead and do the other side. Oh, also a motor mount here. You can see it's all shot. We're going to go ahead and change those out also. Alright, so we've got the other header off. This is the same way, which is kind of weird. The rest all look the same, and this one here's got that little area where it's a little white. Little bit of oil going on, so we'll have to clean that up and figure it out. I think the valve covers were leaking mostly on that. Like I said, we'll clean this up also in some time. But we're going to go ahead now, since we've got the headers off, we're going to block the holes and see if we can pressure check them somehow. So we get that Y pipe here. We're going to put balls, like old, what are those, racket balls? And try to block the holes and then pressurize it, or use a smoke machine on it to see if we can see any smoke come out. So that's where we're at with that. And then we're going to do the same thing with the headers.
Looks like this is actually 2 chambers, yeah?
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's got a divider in there.
I was wondering, maybe should we pull like this part?
Yeah, I can get something. Oh, I got that metal tape we can put on there. So we're going to go ahead and do that and set up for that. So we've blocked all the holes off on this piece here. We've got a smoke machine there We've got racket balls on the end here. So we're going to use the smoke machine to see if we got anything going on. It takes a second for it to start making smoke. It's got to heat up. So
There it goes. Start again. See, I can see it.
Can you see it?
Yeah, it's not much, but
Oh yeah, I can see it. Yeah, you can see it there. I don't know if you can kind of see it rolling off the piece of aluminum there. So we're going to go ahead and stick that back in there. You can kind of hear it's got a little bit of a back pressure. So here, now hold that in there. See if we can see anything leaking anywhere.
I see anything coming. It's probably from this hole right now.
Yeah, that's probably got the hole's probably a little too big.
The question becomes: are we also going on both sides? I think we are. We'll find out in a little bit.
Yeah, so I think that smoke's all from.
Well, what I could do is leave the hole. Plug it with my thumb for a while.
Yeah.
See if anything comes anywhere else. It looks like the racket balls are holding.
Yeah, I don't think it has that much pressure. Well, here you got.
Oh, that's bad. Turn off?
Yeah, turn that on. Yeah, it's gonna. So I don't see anything. Like I said, it had a little bit of back pressure on it. We've taken the racket ball out, and you can see it's smoke coming out of there. We did the same on this side, so we know it's getting through there. And then you'll see the tone of the machine change. See how it's changed? So it's building up pressure. It's a good sign that we are pressurizing the tube.
It's holding back. You can see it's coming out.
And we're kind of like trying to see on the seams here if we can get anything.
Get this out of the way.
But really didn't see anything. I'll really be curious in this area right here.
I agree.
I have a feeling that this is going to be all right. You would probably check in this area here also. We're going to stick it back in there. And you can hear, like I said, the machine kind of draw down while we're doing this.
I don't see it coming out anywhere.
A little bit right here.
It's coming from
I don't know if it's coming from the ball, maybe.
It's coming inside. I do see it. I see it.
There's a little bit over there.
Yeah, but where is it?
Right here, there's nothing.
Oh,
Let me go over there and look.
yeah, look at it good.
Let me come around. I don't see it. We pushed the ball in. We thought it was leaking possibly.
But it's coming out big time back.
He's got a lot of back pressure. It's actually trying to squeal where he's forcing the smoke into it. You can kind of hear it. So we're thinking that this is going to be good. Yeah. So we're going to be happy with this. We're going to go ahead and move on to the header. So we've got our header here. We've got our balls in the holes. And we've got tape over all the ports here. We're going to use the smokes machine on this tube here for your emissions. Your secondary air actually is what that's for. Here it's starting to make some smoke. Like I said, you can hear the tone of the machine when it's got back pressure, so you know it's pressurizing the header. So we're going to let it sit there for a little while and
It's coming out of that hole a little bit, but that's fine.
see if we can see any leaks of any kind. All right, you know what? I'm going to get that tape and put that on there.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so we've got our smoke machine here making smoke. We've got a little bit coming out from these from underneath the tape here, but we're really looking for is where the heat shield is kind of split in these areas, or around here, back in here. So that's where you want to check. You can see it's kind of leaking where your hand's at too.
Yeah, I'm trying to hold this.
So it's building up quite a bit of pressure actually in there. I could probably take
Yeah,
this.
Jeff, it's leaking.
Is it?
Yeah, look over here. I think so. Is it coming over here? Something's over here. See this?
All right, we can flip it over and see.
Yeah, let's do that. Oh,
I think it's probably this tape.
oh, it's just the tape? Yeah, it is the tape. I can see it coming over the tape. Did I even held it here?
But
Yeah, it looks like it's doing all
I
right.
don't know. I see some smoke in this area.
Yeah, but the question becomes what
Is it? Yeah, is it coming from that? Yeah, it's probably.
Yeah, all coming from that. And those
And those.
ends. You see something? I don't see.
No, let me put this foam down and then we'll check it a little bit better. We're assuming that this is going to be good. We were getting a little bit of leakage underneath this tape here. Other than that, it was building pressure. We looked down the holes with a little scope. We didn't see anything. We don't hear anything rattling. So we're assuming that this is going to be good. We didn't see it coming out of the seams here at all. So other than that, we're going to go ahead and test the other side and tape it all up and get it ready. So we've got header number 2 up. We've got all the ports here blocked with tape as good as we can do. We got a couple balls on the end there blocking the exiting port.
We got a lot of carbon in there.
Yeah, we had some carbon in this here on this side. This is the driver's side header. So might be something to take a look at.
Yep.
All right, it's making smoke. You can hear a little bit of back pressure, so that's a good indication, hopefully. But like I said, we're looking at the seams here, in those areas, and in the back. So,
And it's coming out of our hole here.
might need some more tape, maybe.
Yeah.
But we're going to go ahead and pressurize this right now. I'm going to put the phone down, and we're going to see if we can find anything. All right, we didn't see any smoke coming out of any of these crevices and that. The only smoke that we had was right here. We checked these areas, these test ports. We checked all in here. Didn't see anything. Checked all around here.
Watch when you take the ball off.
And you can hear, yeah, you can see the smoke now come out of there. You can see with this light.
It's big time, yeah.
But you can hear the back pressure when he puts it in there. See how the tone changes? So, really don't see anything. So we're assuming that this other header is good. And move on to something else. So I think we're complete for today. We're running out a little bit of time. We didn't see any leaks on the headers, on any of the pipes. So we're thinking they are all good. We're going to get a leak down tool and do a leak down test next. So we can verify everything. Hopefully we have no issues there. We did line up the timing marks. So it's on number one cylinder, which is on the passenger side, which is this cylinder right here. On the compression stroke. Timing marks are all lined up here. I don't know if you can see it. Here, let me get a light and show you. But this is the driver's side. You can see that's lined up. That's lined up. It's lined up here. You see the notch and the line are lined up. And then on the back of this cap, there's right there. This is your timing mark right here on this cam. So and that's lined up. So the timing, is close. So like I said, we're going to get the tooling to do the pressure check on the cylinders and see how they fare. Hopefully we don't have any issues there. And then once we figure that out, we're going to go ahead and change the belts and everything. So that's where we're standing. And that completes today, day 4. So please stay tuned. Catch you next time.